So, why did we want to start WanderMoto? So, what's the dream with WanderMoto?
A community for people who possibly are just learner riders or people who just started out their journey riding bikes, or even people who've always ridden bikes but never trusted themselves or been confident enough to go out with a group or go abroad, and just to open up the continent to people who are that confident, who wouldn't really know where to start, don't know where to start. I want to make sure that WanderMoto is that place. Like advice, guidance, support, even a tailored trip, suit those kinds of people.
Yeah, I think also for me it's around encouraging the novice riders, the less experienced ones. I'm in quite a few of the women's groups on Facebook, and so many of them lack confidence, and I'm one of them. Lack a bit of self belief, and if I can pass my test and 6 weeks later do a full 2 weeks in France, learning to ride in a group, learning how many bottles of wine you can fit in your panniers. Very important to know. And how many crates of beer. Then, yeah, I think that would be great. How did you end up going to Switzerland?
Um,
How do you end up organising in Switzerland?
I've been telling people about a rally that I went to back in 1982, from Dead Riders on the Sea in Sundsvall. It was a biennial rally, probably since early 2000s. I finally convinced someone to come along with me in the mid 2000s. And then after that, it just the curiosity got better of people. It wasn't going to last ever. They weren't going to hold it ever again. So I was going no matter what, based on the pictures and the stories I had from the last journey. I had a group of up to 10 people that came in the end. And they're the best time of their lives. They've never experienced anything like it. So it was one sense of purpose, a great success with 10 friends.
I remember Helen and Buddy, I think it was, saying afterwards that it's a little bit emotional, that bit.
No, so the bit that everyone got emotional about was the crossing back over from Germany to France on the way back from Switzerland. So we came through Switzerland, dropped over both mountains that were going up to Richmond, and on the way back in, the scenery was so dramatic. We went from alpine villages with cows and fields to dramatic cliff faces to deep gorges. There were waterfalls, there were mountain peaks. It was just a bit overwhelming, I think, emotionally. All pretty much felt it. By the end of the route down into France, into the Champagne region, we just had to stop. And I think it was also overwhelmed with the dramaticness of the landscape.
So about this time last year, I think we were all sat around, me, you, Ellen, and we've always been on holidays together, us four and the kid, haven't we? And last year, we decided we'd go on bikes because the kids weren't coming. And so in making that decision, you guys kind of set me an ultimatum, didn't you?
Well, it was, you've got this long to pass your test and get comfortable on the bike, or you come pillion, which is not a terrible option. Big country bike.
You weren't worried about me coming with you?
No, not at all. I wouldn't take me from it. If it was going to be like recently, we've just recently done the Elephant Rally, where we're literally riding tank to tank. We could have been a couple of hours in the saddle. That was a couple of hours.
You did 13 on the way back, didn't you?
Yeah, but it was literally tank to tank, and bearing in mind both bikes do near enough 200 miles. If not a bit over 200 miles a tank in snow, sleet, rain, that's hard riding in my eyes. As much as I haven't ridden the desert or anything like that, or sand dunes, I think that's about as tough a road riding as you can get in the conditions we have. I don't think that certainly wouldn't have been a first time trip out.
Yeah. I remember when we got to France this year and we were pulling out of, I think we got off the tunnel and I went to the services just for a coffee and fill up and stuff. And then we got going and with the proper on the, I think we're on a motorway or it was a really fast road. And I remember just thinking, Jesus, I've made it. Oh, mate, I'm here on my bike with my friends and rock and roll dream come true with wearing my helmet. Yeah. And no other time I didn't think I'd make it. I did fully expect to be coming pillion with you. So this year we're heading to the Vosges Mountains. What should we expect there? Have you been before?
Yes, I've crossed through that region a lot in my journeys in cars and bikes, as a child, as a passenger, as an adult. That has been my coming and going pretty much for living in Germany, back to the UK. It's spectacular mountain and forest scenery. When you see those long winding steep curves in films, and usually in America, they're in the big pine forests with long sweeping corners. That's pretty much the landscape you'll see. Alsace region, it's a lovely region. The villages are very much behind. Old painted houses, lots of timber work, very traditional.
Looking at pictures of like Colmar and Strasbourg and some of the villages around that area, they look absolutely stunning. Again, this summer is our family holiday, but there's going to be 6 of us this year, 5 bikes, 6 people.
Yeah.
We've got a fabulous chalet booked in the Vosges Mountains, which looks stunning. Presumably it's also equally stunning in winter, but we won't see it in the snow.
No, it does very much look like ski resort area where we booked, and it does lend itself to that. But there is a hot tub, there's a sauna,
And an indoor swimming pool.
and an indoor swimming pool. That won't need it in the middle of summer, but it's a lovely area. It's a good base. There's plenty of good roads. I might go and do a little bit of investigate the Trans-European Trail. A couple of the excerpts of that touch on that area, so I may go and have a look. The XS 650 chopper, hardtail chop. I'm an out and out custom chopper kind of guy. I want to spend some more time on a hardtail chopper. Back to basics before my back can't take it more. It was bought and sold for exactly that reason. I bought it to sell it to make a profit, but I didn't think I'd enjoy riding as much as I did. Those bikes back then just left an imprint on me as a child, and that for me is what it's always been about: the open road, freedom, back to basics, the bedroll, and just go out there and see the world.
So what route would you love to do that you haven't done yet?
I want to make my way down through Eastern Europe. I want to go through the Trans-Siberian Highway. I wouldn't mind going further into Asia. I don't think I'm cut out or even maybe even remotely interested in the extreme adventures off road. But there's definitely some places in Eastern Europe now I want to explore. Whether that's on my own or with a tour or with friends.
You're not coming with us though, bud.
Nope. Sorry.
Like to stay at home.
Did you jump out with a sidecar?
Grandma has to look after you.